The dim lighting of the penthouse did nothing to calm your nerves. You sat on the massive king size bed, your fingers trembling as they clutched the pregnancy test. Two blurred pink lines started back at you, sealing your fate. You were pregnant with his child, Jungkook, the mafia king, the man who owned your body, your nights, and your hearts, but never your future. Tears welled in your eyes as your mind replayed his words from earlier that night. It's over, Ryan. I have chosen someone else. He had stood in front of you, his face devoid of any emotions, as if the past year between you two had meant nothing, as if you were just a passing fling. But Jungkook, I love you. You had whispered your voice breaking that was never part of the deal, sweetheart. He had sneaked lighting a cigarette before walking out of your life. He left you for another woman. You had tried reaching out. You had begun to see him, but Jungkook was a ghost, unreachable and untouchable. His man had thrown you out of his mansion. His number was blocked, and your text remained unread. She were nothing more than a discarded toy, but he did not know about the baby. And maybe, just maybe, you did not want him to know because if Jacobs could leave you so easily, what kind of father would he be? Rumors travel fast in the uncrowded world. and Jungkook was engaged to the daughter of another mafia boss, a perfect union of power and blood. And you were a forgotten memory, heart clutched at your chest, but you had made up your mind you would leave the city, raise your child alone, and raise every trace of him from your life. But fate was not that kind. The club was alive with music and neon lights when you saw him again. Jungkook dressed in all black, his tattoos hand wrapped around a whiskey glass, his sharp jaw and illuminated under the flashing lights. He looked perfect. And beside him sat her, his fiancée. Your heart glitched painfully as you turned away, hoping they would not see you. But Jungkook was a predator, and you were still his prey. Before you could escape, a strong hand gripped your wrist, leaving without saying hello, sweetheart. His voice was dark, teasing, but there was something else lurking beneath it. Pain, guilt, no chance. Jungkook did not feel guilt. Let's go. Jungkook, your voice was steady, but your body betrayed you, trembling under his touch. You have been avoiding me. He started his grip tight and his eyes searched yours, and for a fleeting moment, you saw a flicker of something familiar, something dangerous. I had no reason to stay. His jaw clenched. Did I ever give you permission to leave? You scooted. Scoofy did not need it. For the first time, Jungkook looked unsettled, as if he had not expected you to be this strong. Are you with someone else? He asked, his voice barely above a whisper. You laughed bitterly. Would it even matter? His silence was your answer. And in that moment, you knew Jian Jungkook could destroy man with a snap of his fingers, but he had no control over the mess he had made of your heart. Goodbye, Jungkook, and with that, you would away, realizing that this was just the beginning. Jungkook was not stupid. He knew something was off. You were avoiding him, disappearing from places you once frequented. There were whispers in the streets, whisper that made his blood run cold, and then he found out. You were packing your bags when the doors burst open. Jungkook stood there, his eyes dark, his breath racked. "You're pregnant," he growled. Your heart stopped. Who told you? His fist clashed. Does it matters? You swallowed hard. You have a fiancé. Jungkook, you don't get to care. With a swift movement, he closed the distance between you, trapping you against the wall. That's my child inside you, he said. And you let us. Your voice was cold, your pain seeping through every word. His face twisted in agony, as if your words had finally pierced through his unbreakable armor. I did not know, but you still would have kept silence. Jungkook did not deny it, and that's when you knew, no matter what, he would never choose you. That night you ran. you ran from away, leaving behind the city, the pain, and the man who had broken you and Jungkook. He searched for you, he punched John, anyone who dared keep your location a secret. He became a man obsessed with finding you, but he never did. Because you had become his only unfinished business, and for the first time in his life, Jin Jungkook lost. The end.